Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. We are fixed. Everything should be just about fine and dandy. The score is 12-0, as the scoreboard says otherwise. But we're heading right into game number 3 between DePaul and St. John's. Who's playing right now, Mr. Cool J? Because before, our player list was actually incorrect. Happens to the best of us.
Yep, it really does. But this time, Jay Grunt is in. And he did confirm in the chat, which, as we all know, is the best possible resource out.
Right.
He confirmed that he is indeed a Greninja player, and he's going up against Bobby. Bobby on the Pokemon Trainer last time he went for the Captain Falcon mirror. So, I mean, okay. You like to see it. You like to see a little bit of flexibility from the guys. Maybe the Captain Falcon mirror was a bit of a meme, but we're getting going. Might have been. So. Holding that smash, not gonna hit it there. Jay Grant just waiting that one out. That one's not really surprising. But now back into the neutral. I'm surprised that he's on the Ivysaur already. Although I guess he did take a lot of damage. I mean, he must have taken a huge combo from Jay Grant on this Greninja early on. Yeah, no, and especially with, you know, early combos with Greninja, it's mainly just gonna come to what would be, well, first of all, jab blocks or some of its, you know, just best tools, period. You can get so much damage just from that. Same thing with just up airs, period. But hey, we are already getting ourselves a little bit of a stock here from Bobby. And up tilt is going to be the one to take it. And, well, now at this point, he can just play a little bit more spacey, just try to wave out that tail. Essentially just not try to approach. He's not trying to get grabbed or just up aired here. But there you go. The drag down up air is going to finally lead up. And then, well, Jay Grunt has yet another opportunity at it with the top platform. And then an up smash connects right with it. Yet another very trusty late percent combo for Greninja, period. As Jay Grunt is going to keep things stable at 2 stocks to 2. Yeah, but here we go. Bobby building up the damage here. Getting off to an early advantage on this second stock. Obviously, he already had a bit of one, but getting more damage. However, getting punished for switching over to that Ivysaur there. Now, finally getting it going. The grab into the aerials. Oh my goodness. And the specials from Bobby on this Bulbasaur, on this Ivysaur. It's going to happen every single broadcast. Guarantee it. Bobby now into the Charizard, and he's going to be looking for the kill blow. The percent is definitely there, but it's all about landing the hit. And there it is. Goodbye, Jay Grunt. You are gone. Now, so Jay Grunt for this team is, you know, a lot more proactive in the actual Smash scene. You see him playing a lot more Wi-Fi tournaments as well, of course, nowadays. The last time I remember actually seeing Jay Grunt was in some Xeno tournaments, which is more tri-state. He does pretty well. I think he usually gets around top 8, top 16 region. I think the last one that he played at, he got 3rd, which was I think a week ago, and well, he's got the potential, but let's see if he can actually capitalize on it. Cool Jay, that was sick. Yeah, and he is feeling himself too. You can see the energy through the screen at this point. He is feeling it. He's ready to go. But now he's starting to take quite a bit of damage here on this final stock. He has some damage to work his way back through. But he is certainly in kill range for this Charizard. And Charizard as well, pretty good at edge guarding. He is going to be able to get the recovery there, luckily for him. But now he has his work cut out for him. He's basically got to go almost
there you go. There you go.
So many of these hits from Charizard hit like a truck. But he's doing it so far, building up so much damage. He's denying
so sick
recovery as well. He's punishing every single move that Jay Grunt makes. Oh my goodness.
Oh, good DI. He's out of it. So Jay Grunt still, that's not gonna be a kill either. That was so high on the up air, but good stuff thus far from Jay Grunt. Bobby Time was essentially just feeding himself to Jay Grunt back in neutral, and now the Shuriken coming out. In goes Jay Grunt once again, just trying to take away Bobby. Now he's stuck away. Tries to use up that jet off the upbeat just for a cheeky little kill, but it's simply not going to happen. Oh, again, this is so rough for Charizard. Almost at full rage at this point. Pretty much at full rage. Nice. Phantom jump, too, coming in from Jay Grunt. Trying to make his way back into neutral, but that big tail of Charizard is going to finish it off. But what a beautiful last stock from Jay Grunt. But Bobby Time, he was the one that kept it consistent throughout the entire game. Yeah, and Bobby Time continuing to show what we saw from him last week. Just strong, consistent play. Able to play into so many matchups so well. Great stuff from him. And you know,
I liked what we saw from Jay Grunt there too, though. You know, he wasn't
Absolutely.
able to pull out the win, but the hardest thing for him there was going to be able to even that up against a Charizard who hits like a truck when he was already at 100 damage. I mean, basically any hit would have killed him at that point, but he was able to build up the damage, even it up, and even get a damage lead. He just couldn't find the kill blow. You know, but those things will come together. That's a little, in my opinion, that's a bit unlucky. I think Jay Grunt played that well. I think both of them played that really well. Either of them could have taken the win, but Bobby time, he does take the win, and he is going to be up in this best of 3. But it's not over yet. We still got 2 more matches. Well, maybe 2 more matches to go. The way that first one went, I would not be surprised if we went to 3 games here.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually talked about, the actual play from that game. I mean, Jay Grunt's, I'm just playing up with Grid Ninja, period. You're going to have to depend on, good aerial pressure. Also, just hard combos, yeah, especially later on in the stock. Your main kill is going to be just based off of mainly ledge, mainly, of course, combos. You're going to have what is drag down up air into up smash. That's going to be pretty confident. Also, mainly fair and back air. Just trying to catch off of ledge, because Greninja does have a little bit of a good recovery, but it's too linear in a sense, Cool J. So you can essentially catch off Greninja in a pretty confident manner. But even then, Jay Grunt had good pressure, especially throughout that last stock. Don't really know how to explain it, purely because, again, I don't play Greninja, but I at least know what its strengths are to an extent.
Yeah.
But with Pokemon Trainer, at least, especially now with the Squirtle, you're going to be depending on what is low percent combos, just trying to just chip away, not only its shield, but just here in neutral, just trying to get those little hits that can take on for so much more damage. But Jay Grunt, actually... Okay. No, Bobby! Yeah, I hate to see it. I think he misinputted side B. So now Jay Grunt's in the lead.
I'm speechless, man. I mean, he was doing so well. And Jay Grunt, he was fighting back. He was getting some damage, but, oh, man, you really hate to see those plays when they happen. I mean, it's just... But, it's part of the game. Don't really know what caused it, but Bobby, he is not missing a second. He's bringing it all the way back. He's almost evened up the damage, taking that stock there in quick succession. Jay Grunt, though, he's still in form, still got big momentum. He understands how to play into this Squirtle, and he's really outplaying it. You laid it out for him, and he's understanding it really well right now.
And rightfully so, again. Oh, yet another jab block going in, trying to go for the up smash right after, but it's not going to connect. But he does connect right after, chasing out Bobby Tom towards the platform. Nice. Couple of opportunities at the down tilt, just trying to get a little bit of a shield poke, but it's not going to connect. And we go again, somehow. Again, the iframes just go out immediately right after he hits up over towards ledge. So Jay Grunt able to get on a dash attack, take him on back, and once again, Bobby Tom is up against the ropes. He is on Charizard and at full rate, so he might be able to take on a lot more damage for his credit. There goes a little bit more of a spaced out move of the back air, but now he's stuck in such a rough position. Good landing fair from Jay Grunt. Bobby Tom again, trying to land in that back air right towards ledge, but it's not going to connect, and Jay Grunt finally finishes off the stock. This is a huge lead for him.
Yeah, and see, this is exactly what I was saying in the space between games 1 and 2 here. That game 1 looked so close, looked like it could go either way, and we could easily see ourselves having a game 3. Jay Grunt looking right now like he wants to take us to a game, well, he wants to take us to a game 3. Bobby played so well. Oh, I see, we got flipped. That's why I got a little tripped.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, no, but he does need that game 3. So Jay Grunt, yes, he is representing St. John's, and yes, they are flipped at the moment. But yes, Jay Grunt, you'll like to see that. Drag down up air, and he actually went for the back air instead. Couldn't exactly land on that up smash, but it's going to be Bobby time once again, trying to connect with just anything at this point to just take away the second stock, not give this St. John's team any more extra points. Forward throw coming in for Bobby. He's gonna try to cover up with flamethrower, but in goes Jay Grunt. Back up once again. They're just both holding down to shield. Good timing from Bobby Time, but the roll is gonna completely evade it. And he goes once again, just trying to cover up ledge. And he actually connects with his first hit of back air, but nothing else. Holds out to shield once again, but the up tilt just doesn't connect, period. Good fair for Bobby Time, but it's not exactly going to kill either. Jay Grunt is somehow still alive.
Somehow.
Jetting on back up, but that was risky, and the up throw is finally going to get the kill. Now things are restricted down to 1 stock. If Jay Grunt does end up winning out this game, it's only going to be 1 point for St. John's. But this is Charizard we're talking about, Cool Jay.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what we've been saying. He hits like a truck. He can bring things back. He's never really out of it, but he's got his work cut out for him. A perfect shield there. He's been finding some good combos, using his shield really well. Oh my goodness, look at him avoid there with the roll as well. He comes through. Jay Grunt with a perfect shield of his own, though. He's come to play. He's not going to give up so easily. Jay Grunt, he can taste victory. It's in his grasp, and he gets it. Jay Grunt winning that one out and bringing us to a game 3.
See, that's the weird thing about win boxes in this game, and technically Greninja has one. you could consider off that up B. So you saw what was Bobby Time go from, you know, just right before ledge at some point, and then, you know, just all the way on top of everyone. Like he was done for, and not only that, but he had to go into free fall. So easy punish from Jay Grunt at the very end, but that was real good at the end for Bobby Time once again. It's yet another one of those games from these two players where, you know, the player in the lead, yeah, sure, they were consistent throughout the entire game, but then you look at the last stock and you see a little bit of a comeback potential. But in the end, it is still going to be Jay Grunt with the W. Now, Mr. Cool J, was there anything in terms of a stark difference that you saw from game 1 and 2 from Jay Grunt? I want to hear from you.
I'm not sure if there was a stark difference. I think he played really well in game 1. I felt that way. I do think it was just really tough to see Bobby lose a stock with that SD.
Right.
I'm not sure if I can call that the difference, but it was.
It made the
really
difference.
Close. You could say, it does really make a difference. So, I think SDs are going to happen, though. They're going to happen to Jay sometimes. They're going to happen to Bobby. They're going to happen to everybody else, throughout this league. It's the nature of the online play, unfortunately, till we can get some servers. So what I could say from Jay Grunt, I really liked what I saw from him. Just continuing to play his game. He had so much momentum, able to get that damage, and he takes whatever gets thrown at him, and he tries to find a way to win. That time he made it work.
Yeah, so again, we kind of saw what was a little bit of a push from Bobby Time at the very end, but that's just what happens when you hold on to Charizard. you're going to be able to kind of take on a lot of that damage, and especially if you're spacing out a lot more, Charizard does have a little bit of that. I guess you could say that luxury in a sense. You are extending out your hurt box, but you are, in a sense, just still trying to fully scale away because you aren't going to get caught in too many, combo starters just because of a lingering hurt box, off to the side. So it's pretty safe to an extent just to throw out a couple of back airs, maybe even a fair, just to try to catch off what has been a very aerial-based approach near the late stocks for Jay Grunt.
Definitely.
But, of course, earlier on, Jay Grunt, he likes to say very, very fluid, very stable, and I like that. I really do. And Jay Grunt at this point, he has to keep depending on what has been some great combo conversions from the man, and we might be seeing it just a little bit more. Jay Grunt's going to be on your right, Bobby Time on your left. It is game number 3 between the two players, and we're heading to Kalos.
Yeah, but I tell you what, St. John's 13-1 is the scoreline. Jay Grunt representing the faith of his team on this comeback attempt here. Let's see if he can keep it going, but Bobby Time getting off to an early advantage here. Lots of damage built up on that early combo. Oh, and he finds another one. A nice little grab there. Can't quite get the aerial to hit, but still a lot of damage.
Oh, and we go again. Bit of an up tilt from Jay Grunt. Would have been a good conversion, but even then, Bobby Tom just trying to maintain space. Same thing with Jay Grunt. Yeah, we get to this stage. We get to this stage of the stock where both players are really just trying to line each other up for what would be just a sail hit, or really just hard bait and punishes. You want to not only not hold on to shield, but at least hold your position and wait for an approach from your teammate, and then you just capitalize on back. And that's kind of what we saw in the middle there. But now that we're at late percent, Jay Grunt has Bobby Tom at a little bit of a disadvantage, looking for a little bit more damage, and he does convert. Bobby Time now at 110. Jake Grunt back towards ledge and capitalizing on Nair into fair. Still not exactly a kill. Jay Grunt is still fishing for that last hit, but Cool J seems chill for now. It's Bobby Time. He is getting back to neutral.
Yeah, I mean, in general, with the kind of micro stuff from the PT, I liked the way that Bobby was handling the Squirtle phase. I think it went a little bit too long. And when he came into the Ivysaur, he really got dominated by Jay. Just got absolutely no damage from the Ivysaur stage. Basically had to rush into the Charizard to try and avoid getting the kill blow. And of course, kill came down anyway. Jay Grunt playing incredibly well here, but Bobby, he's not going to give up that easily. He comes right back, evens up the stocks. He is down in damage, but now we're back into this Greninja versus the Squirtle, both of them spacing out. And this was where I felt like Bobby Time played the best in that first stock, but Jay Grunt, he's already got the momentum, and it's just so tough for him to play that neutral when Jay Grunt is feeling himself like this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Bobby Time now. He needs to get something going for himself. You see him at least trying to start out with a lot of these combo starters. There you go. Nair doesn't exactly have a follow-up, but he actually waits out for what would be a reaction from Jay Grunt, and that was a good, nice little micro interaction for Bobby Time. Waits out for the reaction, goes up for the up air, and now still maintaining a little bit more space between himself and Jay Grunt. Jay Grunt also looking for just a solid opening, just to tack on a little bit more damage. But just like that, Bobby Time has sprung himself back into the set. And not only that, back into the lead. Down throw into up B. And that's at least second stock. Jay Grunt still fishing. Bobby Time, he's not exactly dead. Has the Charizard coming out. But Jay Grunt finally going to connect on that last one. We have an even last stock to finish things off for this set. Cool Jay.
Yeah, I mean, what had me going nuts there was he predicted the timing there.
Well, I mean,
switching to the Charizard mid-air.
Good timing, but it might have also been sus DI to an extent.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like Bobby felt he was safe, though. Why would you go to the Charizard unless you feel like you're safe? Jay Grunt's coming out there. He's saying, you know what? You're not safe. I'm coming for you. I have a very particular set of skills, and I'm going to win this set. And that's what Jay Grunt does on this Greninja. Brings it back all the way. A 1-0 victory, but nonetheless, a victory indeed. St. John's on the board now. 13-4. We've got a lot of work ahead of them, but we've got 2 sets left to go. So St. John's are definitely not out of this one.
No, not at all. It's still 13-4. We've seen teams come back from actually way worse, if I'm being completely honest. And we're right at the midpoint of our crew battle too. So you still have 2 players trying to step up to the plate very soon. What is it now? 9 separating 2 teams. So this is still relatively possible. You could win out a set just with a 4, and you could still leave your last teammate, with just an opportunity to kind of take things forward. You would have to get a 2-stock victory somewhere in the middle, but yeah, again, you just get this momentum. If we have St. John's University win this next set, this team should have all the confidence in the world going into the game between Skull Kid and No Mill. But this next one is going to be quite the challenge for Tendo, representing St. John's University. He's going to be facing up against Matt Beach, representing DePaul University. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into a little bit of a break as we try to set up our next game. Again, game number 4. The score is currently 13-4. Things are starting to get a little bit spicy here in EGFC. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading right into game number 4 between DePaul and St. John's. It's your boy Upmind right here with Cool J. And at this point, we have ourselves now Matt Beach stepping up to the plate, facing up against none other than No Mill for St. John's.
Yep, and St. John's, they were very happy to see that last set, but they need some more good stuff. And wow, I mean, I'm sure you're happy to see No Mill on this Cloud here. He's getting so much damage on a Matt Beach's Mega Man.
Oh boy, and in we go again. Matt Beach covering Bletch, and or Randy. I know Randy is probably just the in-game tag. Don't really know elsewhere, but hey, this matchup, period. Cloud is a little bit rushed down, to say the very least. He is going to be able to take up a lot of control, especially against Mega Man. Mega Man is, you know, very, very confident against more neutral heavy characters, not exactly rushed down, but again, Cloud actually has a pretty fun time against some Mega Mans, and it's hard to counteract, especially if you're just fanning out back airs, especially if you're just going in for what would be a couple starters and just some big time moves.
And he's just racking up the damage right now. This is exactly what St. John's needed to see. They are down big, and they needed someone to step up. And so far, No Mill is doing it. Matt Beach, though, can he try and salvage this? He is picking up some damage.
He goes for the finishing touch like that. This guy's crazy. Okay.
So yeah, he's a bit correct. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but he's making it work so far. He has got Matt Beach in kill range, but he's had him there for a while, and he hasn't been able to find the shot. So see if he can do it here.
Oh, he's just assaulting shield. No, that's good though. That's good. I mean, it just keep going for a couple of cross slashes, and who knows if they end up letting go of shield. That again, F smash with Cloud does a lot of damage to shield, and at this point, Limit back going to be able to recover no problem. And here we go once again. Can he complete the 3 stock? That's what I'm wondering at this point, because Matt Beach, he keeps getting caught off by what is a couple of landing options from Cloud, a couple of fairs, which actually is a pretty good combo starter for him. And now Matt Beach again now has an opportunity to finally take away this stock. A couple of charge shots here and there, a couple of fairs, and finally one ends up connecting as you have No Mill essentially just air dodging right into it.
Yeah, I mean, you really hate to see it, but I was worried there that I think that would have been the first time we would have had a 3 stock on both sides of a matchup. So we had a 3 stock earlier, of course, from Cookie, but I feel like we've never had a match where both teams had at least 1 3 stock. So that would have been interesting. We'll see if No Mill can make it happen in game 2, but game 1. Man, looking like he's ready to finish out a 2 stock here. Matt Beach trying his best to make that not the case, but he just looks a little overmatched right now.
Just a little bit, but if he can snag 1 more stock, he can consider himself at least a little bit lucky, and honestly, we hard take those, especially for your team. But in goes Matt Beach once again, trying to make his way back, but that, again, is kind of just the Cloud special. You fade out a couple of back airs and just hope that one of them connects, and especially if you're spacing them out well with a little bit of a short hop, it's going to work out in your favor. St. John's, they're going to tack on 2 more points on the board.
Yep, and they were really needing that one. A great performance there from No Mill, but his set is not over yet, and neither is this game. 13-6 now is the score after that 2 stocker. We'll see if he can get a 3 stock in game 2. I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? You are really the expert on the Cloud matchups. Do you think there's anything Matt Beach can do here in game 2?
Oh, a lot. I mean, I think as if, well, first of all, Leaf Shield is going to be way more prevalent of an option. Yes, more of the landing options for Cloud, or more of the approach options for Cloud, are going to overstretch a little bit more. But I feel as if just trying to tack on a little bit more Leaf Shield, especially in those opportunities where you have No Mill essentially being kind of shaky in terms of movement, not exactly knowing where Matt Beach is going to go. It's not exactly hard reads, but just trying to get in his face as quickly as possible. If Matt Beach can just kind of throw out an option right as he's trying to approach, and I know that's very hard, but at this point, No Mill's starting to get pretty comfortable. So if Matt Beach can just shut him down in the air immediately, he should have at least a little bit easier of a time trying to counteract some of the aerial approaches. But otherwise, we are seeing what is a pretty good character off stage in Mega Man, honestly. But The one thing against Cloud is that you have to get him off stage. And to get him off stage, well, you have to hit him, right? So that's
you do.
It's just not something that we're seeing right now, man. So like if we could see literally just a little bit more pressure from Matt Beach, him having thrown out a couple of fairs, a couple of back airs, and really just not allowing Cloud to get anywhere near that ledge, especially at the earlier percents, or just trying to bait out Limit a little bit more, because No Mill actually got quite a bit of damage just from Limit moves, period, that game. We might have a little bit of a game. But we have a little bit of a curveball here on stream because we have a character change, Cool J. It is none other than one of the Street Fighter characters, the protagonist, Ryu, stepping up to the plate.
Okay.
All right. So this is actually an easier matchup for Cloud. I'll be blunt. I'll be very blunt with you. This is an easier matchup for Cloud, but hey, if Matt Beach can kind of play his options right, this could work out for him. I mean, Ryu certainly does a lot of shield damage, and well, who knows what can happen from here on.
Well, I mean,
oh no,
I feel like Ryu's kind of an easy matchup for just about anyone on the set. But Mad Beach, you know, he's got to be bringing it out for a reason. Maybe he sees something here. He is already doing much better than he was in game 1, but oh man, just getting outranged a little bit by No Mill. Oh, what?
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Taking the first stock. And No Mill coming right back. He's saying, okay, you can have that one. I'll let you have a stock as a snack. Oh, baby. What is happening?
Oh boy, but in comes Matt Beach. Still just trying to tack on a little bit more damage, and that might be a little bit of a disadvantage there for No Mill. He is trying to, again, just trying to attack up Matt Beach whenever he's essentially just trying to focus up, but who knows at this point. Finally, Limit's gonna come out on the board. Matt Beach is back, but ooh, all right, good timing there.
Into that one.
Yeah, good timing there on the Limit Blade beam. But in we go once again. Yet another opportunity. Missed out on that nair. If the nair was just a little bit tall or a little bit longer, like a lot of people are hoping for in the future, that would have connected. But hey, for now, No Mill, he does have himself Limit up, trying to tack on and actually trying to call out a little bit of a shield release from Matt Beach, but it's simply not going to happen. A little bit more damage. Just trying to space it out. No Mill still being as rush downy as he has all game. And I like that approach, but Matt Beach uses up the side B to recover on back and a little bit of a get off me. But now Limit already back on the board. Good shield. Matt Beach can't exactly, again, it's Ryu. You don't exactly have an answer for that. He's a little bit too far away. Cloud can just maintain that sort of neutral pressure, but that is what Ryu is good at. You get caught once with that down tilt and you're just gonna get Shoryu to hell.
Yeah, and he really did right there. So now, again, a stock lead here. Matt Beach, he came out with the Ryu.
He's dead.
We were not faithful to him, but he is
I thought it was dead. I thought he was dead. I'm sorry. That's just me not knowing Ryu.
How did he do that?
And now Randy's dead. He has deed. He went too deep. He committed. No, Rand. I don't think his name is Randy either. That's just his name in game. But that is just so unfortunate. That is a 2-stock dub for DePaul out of nowhere. And this is just flipped on its head. Before we were saying how much a 2-stock victory for St. John's would be super important for their set. But we just saw it evaporate in a game. So now the only thing that they could possibly do is just try to make the most out of this last game. St. John's have just put themselves in a pretty weird scenario now, Cool J.
Yeah, so if you get a double 3-stock dub, that is 8 points, right?
Okay. That's the theory. That's the
doing
theory.
The math here. The most they can get from this last set is 8 points.
Sure.
Right now they're down 9. So
right. It's a tough scenario. It's a tough scenario, Cool J.
It's not, I mean, so now I'm wondering, is No Mill gonna run the mirror back? Is No Mill gonna bring out a new character?
No. He has to keep playing Cloud. That he looks so confident in game 1. And again, he
yeah.
just wasn't, again, just keep approaching onto the focus. And that's something that, again, Matt Beach was just doing so well, calling him out every time. And that's actually what I wanted him to do more with Mega Man. But then he switched over to Ryu and he's just like, oh, you're approaching me? Focus. Like, that's all he did. That's all he did. Like, that's all you really need to do. And
I can't keep you up without getting closer.
Right, exactly. Well, now No Mill, he's caught himself at a little bit of a disadvantage, and now we see once again Matt Beach still lining it up little by little. Great punish. That's so much damage.
Okay, yeah, and we're already about at a blazing pace right now. Matt Beach putting in so much damage. They are flipped, just so you know. No Mill on the cloud, still for the side of St. John.
Oh!
Matt Beach still for the side of DePaul. Oh my goodness.
A little bit of lag though.
Oh my goodness, how did that not kill? Well, the next hit surely will, and Matt Beach.
No way.
What is this? The Ryu comes out of nowhere.
Dude, happens. I mean, you had to cancel right in the middle there. And not only that, but he ends up going for the side B. So, hey, that's just Matt Beach doing Matt Beach things. I mean, we saw it. We saw it in our other sets the other day with DePaul. And, well, now at this point, No Mill, he's just getting stacked up in terms of damage. He's trying to approach at every point, but Matt Beach just always seems to have an answer. He needs to take away this stock right now. No Mill trying to fish up. That limit is going to expire in just a little bit. That's, again, that side B is just simply not going to kill. He's a little bit too far away. That back air. Okay, he focuses up midair, and he's just going to simply deflect it. There goes. Again, the cross slash. Definitely not going to kill. At 154, Matt Beach staying here and chilling. Forward throw. Still trying to pressure. The Nair is going to send him back to neutral. The run-up smash, but oh, thank God that he pulled up that up B because Matt Beach was about to eviscerate him. And no! No Mill again! He SD'd again!
Oh, no!
No! No! This has all gone wrong, Cool J!
And when his team needed him most, he vanished.
Oh,
no! Oh my goodness, Matt Beach with this Ryu just comes out of absolutely the void. I was not expecting this at all. I saw the Ryu in game 2 and I was like, all right, he's given up. He's done. He's just done. He's demoralized. He was completely annihilated after that game 1. But no. He's here, and No Mill is the one who has been annihilated. No Mill is the one who has just seemingly gone AWOL.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
My computer had a moment too where it's just popping off in terms of sounds, but I think that's just the error of things, right? Everything is just shutting down. All critical systems are down, Cool J. DePaul has kind of stamped their victory with this one, bar none.
Yeah.
I mean, the crew battle is over.
That was it. You know, Matt Beach says, I got this. Don't worry, coach. Put me in. And he makes it happen. He brings it all the way back. Now 19-6. That is an insurmountable lead. So DePaul, they have won this crew battle. But these points, they matter for the postseason. This last matchup is not just for fun. Skull Kid and Tendo, they have not had a chance to play yet today. They want to show that they have strength. They want to show that they are going to be players to look out for in future crew battles. So we're going to see how this one goes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, baby.
Yes, sir. Should be fun. And again, DePaul, they have duplicated their score from last week. They got 13 points last week. They're going to be tacking on yet another 19 this week, at least. But the thing with DePaul is that they had the closest victory last week. So although they ended up winning, they were actually the worst in terms of round differential among the teams that ended up winning. So at this point, DePaul, they can kind of stretch their way up. They can finally find themselves at more or less a top 3, top 5 place in the table standings by the end of week 2. So should be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with game number 5. It is going to be just a little bit of a consolation point. Skull Kid versus Tendo. Skull Kid representing DePaul. Tendo representing St. John's. We'll be right back with the very finish of this crew battle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. We are starting up game number 5 between DePaul and St. John's. And this crew battle is essentially done for. We're looking at what is now a little bit of a consolation game between the two teams.
Yeah, a little bit. And, you know, sometimes it can be kind of rough. But Skull Kid for the side of DePaul, Tendo for the side of St. John's. Both of these guys are going to be looking to show their stuff. And Skull Kid so far just continuing the dominance for DePaul. Incredible damage out here early on.
Yeah, rightfully so. And again, oh, Skull Kid. Nice opportunity there with a down smash just to try to cover up ledge. That's going to force his opponent to recover high, and he's able to punish right after. That is a big move, at least, from Skull Kid. And overall, this stock is just obliterated by Skull Kid. Tendo, he's just up against the ropes. Can't exactly approach by any means. But again, it's Fox. You know, you're not exactly going to get some huge opportunities at just, you know, pure combos, especially against Ness. This matchup just kind of stinks for Fox.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to take those. And I'm wondering, we do the blind pick, right? So maybe we'll see a different character coming out.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we could see it.
You know, I know that Fox is generally like, these guys, they want to play that Fox and they feel like they can go into a lot of matchups, but this one is just really difficult. Oh. Well, I mean, he's just struggling so much. He's built up damage on the Skull Kid here, and he is able to find that kill, but he's already in kill range to go down to 1 stock.
Yes, sir, but even then, Skull Kid still with a big opportunity. Nice shine opportunity for Tendo, but, I mean, even better delay as he just tacks on that shield, and that might have been a shield poke back air from Skull Kid. That is some massive work from the Ness from DePaul.
Yeah, just really great stuff from Skull Kid on this Ness. Playing this matchup incredibly well. I mean, you know, every time it seems like Tendo's maybe finally going to get some momentum, Skull Kid just comes right back in and just puts him back into his place. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So much damage coming out from him.
No, he has great movement too at the moment. Mainly just try to stay very evasive, not trying to get caught in any weird starters, especially what would be, you know, tech chases. Those are going to be super rough in this matchup. And Fox, fairly light, going to die to that down smash covering up ledge. And not only that, but I think he was going for jump up side B. So he's going to get caught in that. That's going to be a big W for DePaul once again, stretching their lead to a 21-6.
I mean, what else can you say? I mean...
Yeah, no, it was a pretty simple game. And again, this is purely consolation at the moment. Again, this thing is done and dusted. St. John's really at this point, they're looking for what would be a couple of points on the board because they did take on a forfeit win last week. But the thing with forfeit wins, that only gives you 10 points. It only gives you 10 out of the, gosh, I want to say possible 45 points if you went, you know, perfect the entire time. So it is a little bit lopsided against St. John's. If they had an opportunity to play up last week, they most likely would have been able to tack on a couple more points. But they already do have a W already on the table. But DePaul, they're the ones at this point that are currently making a pretty good run up to that upper echelon of this entire league, purely because DePaul, they already took on a pretty good advantage last week with their 9-point victory. Now this week, they're getting at least here, Cool J, at least a 6-point, 7-point victory. And that's if Tendo just completely pops off here. We could be seeing a 10, even a 15-point advantage. That's unreal. Yeah,
and it's crazy. I'm just sitting here thinking, how did we get here?
How did we get here, right?
Like came out so strong.
Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago, we were thinking like, okay, St. John's, you guys got this. And they...
Mad Beach is Ryu.
Mad Beach.
On the Ryu.
Did his thing.
He just said, nope. Not gonna happen this time. You think you've got a chance? I'm here to tell you, you don't.
No, sir.
So
here we go.
Skull Kitty's still got to finish out this set. We are going to be seeing the mirror run back. So what does Tendo have to do here to try and get a win here in game 2?
Gosh, man, it has to be a lot more pressure, right? Because that's mainly just the Fox mentality, but I say more pressure, but he has to pick his scenarios because it almost seems like Skull Kid has him. He's in his head. He is in his head. He's figuring out all of his sort of patterns in terms of jumps, all of his approaches, and not only that, but Ness has such a perfect skill set, such a perfect move set to try to counteract, mostly aerial interactions. And again, Fox, he's completely melee based. He doesn't have a sword to try to throw out or anything. Ness, he's just gonna be connecting with pure hurt boxes the entire time. So this matchup is just super, super lopsided, Cool J, that I don't even know what this man could do anymore. At this point, it's just Skull Kid showing his stuff. And again, potentially we could get what is just an off-angle kill here or there. He has to take advantage of situations like that. Good starter, but couldn't exactly get on a little bit more damage. Skull Kid still maintaining a little bit of distance. Cool J in the back air right at ledge is going to finish off the kill. DePaul now has a 2-stock lead, or Skull Kid now has a 2-stock lead over Tendo. He could outstretch to a 3, and what I thought before would have been a 15-point advantage could turn in to a full 20-point W for DePaul.
Yeah, if Skull Kid can finish out the 3-stock, but that's not even looking like a big if right now. Just incredible stuff. You saw Tendo at the start of this 3rd stock taking a second, taking a breather, and I think he definitely needs one, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Skull Kid has just been absolutely dominating him here, and he has not really found any answers.
Yeah, that's just Ness stuff right there. He can just keep swinging, man. He has so many options in terms of just pure chip damage right onto a player. And the back air, or I'm sorry, wow, what am I saying? Back throw is going to finish off Tendo. That is a 3-stock coming in for the team at DePaul at the very end. And this is going to outstretch all the way to a 26-6 victory. 20-point W for DePaul. Yeah, a little bit of a flub at the end for myself, but even then, I think everyone was just uncomfortable watching that game. Everyone except Skull Kid. So, that's our game. It is going to be DePaul taking this one. A huge dub. A massive dub. 26-6 over St. John's. And that is bar none. That is going to be bar none the best performance by any team today. Has to be.
Well, it certainly might be. That is the 3rd biggest victory we've seen so far. In week 2, there were only 2 games out of, I think, 9 or 10 played. I think it was 9 games in week 1. Only 2 of them had a bigger margin of victory than that. So just absolutely incredible stuff from DePaul there.
Yeah, massive. Skull Kid, congrats, buddy. I mean, he had the best performance out of everyone. But again, the lopsided matchup might have factored in a little bit to it. But he played it out so well. Super, super well. You got to give it to Skull Kid at the very end. Tendo, he'll come back next week. Surely, again, you can just keep working on your fundamentals week by week and honestly study up your opponents now that we have a little bit more film here on stream. And over on our second stream, EGF SSBU, where we do have other crew battles going on at the moment, hosted up by the boys from Tri-State, House of 3000. Shout out to them, by the way, for doing that production. But, of course, you do have a little bit more film to actually study up. So my one piece of advice for St. John's, just keep looking forward, just keep looking at what would be your schedule and just try to work around your team and trying to see what order would be more optimal. In terms of an anchor, you need to have someone that really is kind of an outstanding performer for your squad just to keep things up. Honestly, putting in maybe even No Mill at the anchor spot might not be a bad option. Of course, Jay Grunt is also a very, very good option, but I think everyone from St. John's still put up a pretty good fight. You have Thitko in game 1 that, although he did face up against a pretty good Pac-Man in our league ADR, he was still keeping it pretty close off that Pikachu matchup. Same thing with Boy in game 2, but then again, that was just Cookie doing his thing. DePaul has a really good team this season. I would not be surprised if they make quite the run to playoffs, but this is a very long league, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be seeing these teams for a very long time. Hopefully you guys can stay tuned in, though. We have one more crew battle for you guys coming up in just a little bit. It is going to be none other than Rider University making their debut, facing off against St. Peter's University. You guys don't want to miss it. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. We're right in the middle of our game. It is Rider University facing off against St. Peter's, and Ricardo, the Captain Falcon main, has opted to go Mario for game number 1. He did get sauced up a little bit off stream by this Kirby Nifty Bean, but we have quite the matchup here for ourselves, Cool J.
Well, I think you already know how I feel about this game.
Hey, you're happy to see the Kirby. That's all I know.
Kirby is the best champion in Smash. He is SSBU.
Whoa. I can't. Hey. Not a real fan if you're calling them champions. We were talking about League of Legends right before this, so I get it.
Yeah. Give me a break on that. All right, no. That's what I love about Kirby. The F smash does so much damage from him.
Oh, buddy.
This guy's not a real Kirby player.
Buddy. No. I think you're a real Kirby man if you end up SDing at least once, because it's actually way easier to SD with Kirby than I initially thought. Because it gets hard to manage your jumps, I swear.
The thing that a lot of people don't realize, like, yeah, he's really slow in the air, but his ground speed is actually really fast, one of the fastest on the lineup. So he can almost play like
jeez, he's done.
Oh boy.
Yo, Ricardo.
Yeah, this guy really is getting exposed by Ricardo right now. I'm not even sure if we can say that it's him being bad at Kirby, because
no way.
How good Ricardo is. Ricardo played incredibly well in the week 1, and he's playing well again out here today.
Yeah, no, chalk that up. The second stock, it was whatever. You end up SDing, you have to move on from that. But stock 1 was super close, not just because of percent, but also because of the opportunities that Nifty Bean actually provided himself over Ricardo. It was just one of those things that, you know, you don't exactly have the opportunity to get too comfortable. And Nifty Bean, he came out right out of the gates with some huge damage, good combos too. Kirby has some great bread and butters that you can try to pull off early on in stocks, or early on percents. So Nifty Bean, gotta move on, right? Ricardo is he's, of course, like I mentioned before, he's a Captain Falcon main. He knows ladder combos super well, right? It's the same up air mechanic. Mario has the same up air mechanic as Captain Falcon, so he's gonna be able to ladder those pretty easily, like pretty much zero issues. Otherwise, the two characters, they do kind of form together pretty well. Both are really fundamental based characters, and Ricardo famously has some of the best mechanics in the entirety of EGFC. Last season, he had what was play of the season, where he just completely, he got a JV4 The only JV4 that we've ever seen in EGFC. No SDs. It was purely just him whiling on a dude with Captain Falcon.
Whiling.
And hey, it's just a legend that this guy is.
Yeah. Ricardo's an incredible player, and I think that's why St. Peter's trots him out as their #1 matchup, because oh baby, what a way to set the tone for a game trying to face off against Ricardo. So tough. And that's just what you got to deal with coming out. Actually, it looks like I mean, I guess we'll have to see if maybe they make adjustments later on, but it looks like they're coming out with the same order as last week. Feels like they've got their lineup like down pat for the St. Peter's squad.
I mean, yeah, this is the same St. Peter's side that went super deep into playoffs last season anyways, so it's not exactly a surprise that they would just stick with it. You know, you already have Ricardo. Ricardo has been a very solid opening player for this team because it's a weird dynamic with our crew battle where, yes, you want a couple of points at the very end just to try to keep up with your opponents, but if you could come out of the gate swinging with just points on top of points, almost an insurmountable lead, you know, that just might be all you need. You don't exactly want it to be competitive. You just want it to kind of get it swept out of the way, you know? So Ricardo at this point, he is that kind of player for this team where he has shown himself to be a very good point getter, a very good player in general in our league. And this lineup has a lot of very good players historically in general. Cuffy, madman. Like mad, bar none. Cuffy's cracked. But you also have Jazzy G stepping up at the team too. He has been perennial in terms of just being super solid, just getting points for this team. And St. Peter's, they have a really good roster. They ended up getting 28 points last week, not allowing their opponents to get a singular point. They run every single game in 2-0 fashion. And this week, they're looking to do the exact same against a Rider University team that I don't think even made their appearance last week. No, they did. They played last week against Marist on the second stream, and they kind of got a little bit dumped on. Marist College won 22-6.
It was tough, yeah. It was tough. And, you know, St. Peter's, I don't know. I expect Marist to be a pretty strong squad, so I'm not sure how much weight I'm going to put into that one.
Right.
But what I do know is St. Peter's, they were the only ones with a shutout win. They had the biggest victory in Game 1. They have names up and down the roster, and the guys who aren't names, they showed up and they showed out in Week 1. St. Peter's are my team to watch, not just today, this whole season. These guys are going to be putting on a clinic, putting on a show, and they are really the ones that I think you'll need to look for. I look forward to as we go through this EGF season, and we're ready to go. Ricardo, we are not running it back. It's the Inkling, and I'm telling you, he did not know how to play that Kirby, man. I mean, not sure if it would have made a difference against Ricardo, but
okay.
I'm calling him out.
Listen. That may just be you being biased as, you know, a Kirby fan yourself, but that was as good of Kirby play that you were gonna get. Of course, that second stock shambles, but we didn't really get to see too much of the first stock where he actually was really, really good. But something that Ricardo has always been kind of popular for is just pure pressure. And Mario is another one of those characters that, you know, you get even more of a skill set. You get even more of a move set to just boot on so much damage and so much pressure onto your opponent. And Ricardo, he's just going to run up and do it. The up smash not going to connect. You even had the fireball trying to approach, and he just rolls on back. Nifty Bean thought that he could catch up with the roll off of a couple of jabs, but it's simply not going to work out. Now Ricardo takes up the first stock off of 2 F smashes at the very end, and now he has an opportunity to extend his lead now, Cool J.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't really expect much less at this point with the way Ricardo has played. Just such incredible stuff from him. The Inkling matchup is working out a little bit better, seems a little more comfortable on this character than the Kirby. But
oh no.
But still not going too great here, as Ricardo is just having his way with him right now, doing everything and anything right so far on this Mario.
Here we go again. A little bit more pressure from Nifty. Ricardo landing on him with an up air too, but again, yet another F smash. He's gonna go so deep with it, and he's still able to survive. Okay, Ricardo, he's He's too spicy, dude. It hurts. It hurts my brain every time he starts to approach someone because I already know of the impending doom.
Oh,
that is just pure pressure. I mean, Ricardo's been on this dude the entire time, and that happens all the time. All you need to do is just hold on to that up smash, and it's also like a magnet. Like, almost every time someone's gonna run into it. And the tech chase, too, from Ricardo. Ricardo, again, a beast. And he's looking... Yeah, no, he's looking for the 3 stock.
No.
Ricardo, get out of here, my friend. He's going to latch on a 3 stock to end this first game. And we're seeing this man back in action with a different character now. St. Peter's, you got yourself a banger.
Oh, boy. 7 points for his team. 1 point away from a perfect start. And Ricardo... He has a family, man.
He has a family. Yo, that's the thing. Yo, I love that. A quote from chat. Ricardo had no business going that hard. Yo.
He really did it, though.
Yo. You can't be doing this. You can't be doing this, Ricardo. Hey, so that's our game 1. Game 1. That's it. That one went by in a flash. But I feel like Nifty, he had at least the right pick with Inkling at the very end. It's just that he just couldn't rack on any damage. Ricardo was just that good in a sense. So I'm not gonna knock anything away from Nifty at this point. We are moving on with our crew battle. I wish we had a replay function so we can actually look back. Again, production, it's always going to be improving, so you never know. But hey, we are moving on. Our next game is going to be none other than 920 for Rider University, facing off against none other than Cuffy. Cuffy himself had a double 3 stock last week. Like, dog, I think I just have to give up. St. Peter's actually just has such a cracked roster that, hey, potentially 920, he might have the DDD matchup somewhere. I don't know where you're practicing the DDD matchup, but if you've got it, I guess you could try it, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that's really the toughest thing about playing against Cuffy.
Yeah, just knowing the matchup period, but also the guy's good. What can I say? Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving on, and we are going to be going into a little bit of a break just to try to set up our next game. My name is Atmind, joined here by Cool J. The score is currently 7-0 already off of set number 1 for St. Peter's against Rider. It's literally a touchdown. It's in there. The full 7 points. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back in just a little bit with game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. The score is currently 7-0 going towards St. Peter's. But look at this for Ryder. We got ourselves the Sonic versus King DDD matchup. And this one might actually favor Ryder.
Yeah, I mean, it could be tough. This is the thing. Both of them kind of rarer picks. Sonic obviously has gotten more popular since.
I was about to say, yo, you are totally incorrect in saying that with Sonic, especially on Wi-Fi. Like, Sonic is so prevalent on Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
but DDD for sure.
To play the Sonic on the Wi-Fi. Cuffy though, we've seen what he can do. He does seem to be struggling a little bit. A little bit right now. Okay, he's able to get the recovery there. We saw him double 3 stock last week. He was one of the only players to do that in the entire league. But so far,
back throw
920 really giving him a run. Oh no, we are seeing they did switch around. This is going to be TLA.
Oh, okay.
Sonic here. Yeah.
Yeah, so they did change up the order. So it's TLA x J-Dog. We'll call him TLA for now. And, of course, Cuffy's still on the other side for St. Peter's. So, I don't really know the ramifications of actually switching up your lineup midway. I don't know if that was a premeditated change. But it is what it is. At this point, TLA, he is playing up a way more favorable... a way more favorable matchup for or against King DDD, but that was a great response from Cuffy. But even then, he has to depend on what is just good spacing, because again, spin dash for Sonic on Wi-Fi is just so dangerous, so prevalent that it's super hard just to try to, evade.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you see, it's basically just free damage all across the stage. But the weakness of Sonic is always finding those kill shots.
Right.
TLA didn't really have trouble with that in the first stock, but so far here, he's built up a ton of damage and still really having trouble getting any sorts of launch onto Cuffy on this DDD. Obviously, him being a heavy makes it a little bit more difficult, but still, just he's having trouble finding the setups for the kill shots.
But in we go again. Cuffy lining up. Huge nair coming out from the mid, but TLA, he has these, and not only that, but
take those.
Hey man, that's just the intimidation. You have that hammer up, and you know that you're about to get slapped, so he's just like, I'm gonna just do it for you. He is out of here. And now Cuffy, he has himself a full stock advantage at full rage 2, looking for a little bit of damage. That back there will end up killing. Sonic does have a little bit of trouble killing, like you mentioned before, but hey, a back throw 170 at the very ledge. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge lineup for him. But now, this is the thing with King DDD2. Hits like an absolute truck, just grabs him. No chance, and now TLA getting whacked up. Yet another fair, and Cuffy lines on the back air. Beautiful stuff from Cuffy, as that's going to finish off game 1 in style.
It looked a little rough. Looked a little.
Just a little bit.
Oh boy, but Cuffy bringing it on back on this DDD, and what did we expect? Nothing less than the best from him, and he makes a great play there.
Yeah, that was wonderful. That was wonderful from Cuffy at the end. But even then, TLA is playing this matchup pretty well. Really maintaining what would be, just pure distance, especially against the King DDD. He's waiting for what would be a little bit of just an input period. And you can see that sometimes Cuffy in just neutral positions, he likes to use out Gordo, and Gordo actually takes a little, quite a bit of time for you to actually pull out. So to that extent, Sonic is able to just kind of spin dash through it, and even if he does end up connecting, he's going to send that Gordo back. So that is just simply a mechanic that just cannot work for Cuffy at the moment. But even then...
Yeah, it's so hard in this matchup.
Yeah, exactly. But even then, Cuffy. It's Cuffy.
Yeah.
Again, right?
It was interesting. It seemed like he was trying to have these different ways of dealing with the shield, dealing with the dash. A lot of times he was just kind of hard shielding and waiting for the Sonic to approach and then looking for an opening. Obviously that first stock he got caught off a little off guard, but he brought it right back. He got his composure, and that's what we've come to expect from Cuffy. He's just so good. He knows this DDD so well. He's really able to make the adjustments there and find his way back in game 1.
Right. So here we go again. Game number 2 between Cuffy and TLA coming up in just a little bit. I really don't think that there are any, hard linear adjustments that need to be made out of each person. I think TLA needs to kind of roll back on what would be just hard approaches. He has spin dash, which again you can stall, and homing attack is a great option for him. He has to depend a little bit more on that move, really just trying to throw off Cuffy in terms of timing and whatnot. But hey, by the time we see it, who knows at this point, because we are moving on in our sets. This one's gonna end up on Town and City.
Yeah, interesting there. Let's see how it goes. And okay, so early on looking for openings, he is seeing some opportunities to bring out the Gordo.
I like that idea. Cuffy going for the good old suck. Literally just trying to drive in the man from Spin Dash 2. That's a good idea. Oh, TLA!
Okay.
We're safe.
Take a deep breath. Made it back to stage. We're not SDing 2 games in a row.
Right.
Okay. The spin dash. Oh, the timing there.
Cuff. Oh, what? How does that OP go so far? Okay. TLA coming on back. Gonna spin dash, run into a fair. Easy peasy, trying to fish out for yet another one. Cuffy might be able to survive. Has to jump up one more time. Has to drift too. Oh, man, if TLA didn't hit that F smash, he would have been done for. But good stuff from TLA, giving him a knuckle sandwich to finish off the stock. Ryder with a little bit of a lead is now TLA sticking around ledge. He has to watch out. That dash attack for DDD has a little bit of a lingering effect, so it can be pretty effective. That was nuts. He sticks Gordo right below ledge.
Bro.
TLA tries to stage spike, but he actually back airs right into the Gordo, and then Cuffy immediately back airs him. That was nuts.
Bro.
In we go again.
Oh my goodness.
TLA still going pretty nuts. Oh, Cuffy. A little bit missed space, so in comes TLA. He almost gets caught out by the dash attack, and in he goes once again, assaulting that shield, using up the spin dash. Tries to go for an up smash, which is pretty rare for some Sonics, but nice nair into back air combo. Now looking at least for a little bit of an advantage over Cuffy, but again, King DDD, he has a lot of jumps, man. You're not exactly going to be able to take him out with just a singular spring. Cuffy taking his time. He's not exactly going to get hit by the spring either. TLA looking for the roll-in read into an F smash. TLA still alive. In goes the Gordo. Cuffy covers it, so he's forced to air dodge, but TLA... Oh, air dodges right towards ledge. In comes Cuffy again. It's these late stock heroics that we've seen from this guy so many times. And now here we go again, Cool J.
Back and forth. This matchup is so much fun to watch. He does it
No way.
again. Oh my goodness, Cuffy.
Yo.
Silent on him with that move.
Yo, there are just some games where you just have to laugh. You just have to laugh. TLA finally gonna get the kill. Good stuff by TLA, but just racking on damage. It's all he really needs to do at this point. It's his only hope. But yo, covering with the fair, goes in for the nair off the landing, so TLA is out of air dodge. He's just done for. Dash attack to try to read the tech chase, but it's not gonna happen. TLA good up tilt 2 right off of nair, but still not gonna catch anything. Gordo connecting, has to shield up. Cuffy's a little bit late on the down smash. In goes the Gordo once again, assaulting the shield. TLA
gets punched there a little
both
bit.
rolled in.
Whoa.
Both used rolling moves to that extent. But in goes TLA. He actually gets hit up by Gordo. These angles by Cuffy are just covering every option for TLA. And then he finally goes fishing again. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to a library. Cuffy's reading everything. That is going to be yet another W for him. The score is 11-9. Or 11-0.
11-0. Ricardo showing up big in game 1, and then Cuffy here. Props to TLA.
Huge props. TLA played that well.
He played that really, really well. But you know what? Coffee's just better. He's just better. He's better.
That matchup stinks for DDD. It really does. But
he is better.
you got to think of the Gordo play, right? He covered up so many options just off of Gordo because it's the small things, right? He would lop up up Gordo almost every time.
Shield.
Yeah, no, exactly that. And even if he tries to approach high, that Gordo is literally right in front of DDD, just covering all the options. And then to that extent, if he does want to approach, he has to go either super, super high, try to get behind him, or he has to time in the spin dash right below it. So, so many options in that case are covered. So TLA can get easily overwhelmed. And that's exactly what Cuffy was banking off of. He had all the follow-ups ready and raring to go. There were a couple of times where he did miss, but he still won.
He still won.
He still won. I think that's all that matters.
Scoreboard.
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 It's all that matters. And ladies and gentlemen, the score now is 11-0 going towards St. Peter's. That's tough to come back from. That is tough.
Yeah, I mean, the toughest thing for me is I'm looking down the list here at who we've got left.
It doesn't get
St.
easier.
Peter's.
It just doesn't get easier.
Where do you get your points? Where do you come back? We've got to see some big moments from Rider University. TLA, he was the only one who got a win for them last week.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, especially with how prevalent TLA was last week, and not only just last week, but also this week. I mean, that game, TLA was good. He played that well, but he got exposed. So what can you do? You have to give commiserations to TLA. Played his heart out. He will be coming back next week for sure. Way, way harder. But for this week, it's going to be Cuffy taking out the W. The next game, I think we have Azumi playing up against, let's see here. I think I have the other name. It was the number 920. It's going to be Azumi versus 920, presumably. Might be 920, Sonic Ray, or Yoshi Man. We don't know just yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys better stay tuned so you guys can actually know who's going to be playing. My name is Upmind, joined here by Cool J, and we'll be back in just a couple of moments as we set up the next game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back to EGFC. It is yet another game here in our crew battle between Rider University and St. Peter's University. And, well, we do have a little bit of a switch up in our order. Yes, up next, it is going to be Azumi representing St. Peter's University. So Azumi on the left, representing St. Peter's on the right, not to get confused. And on the right, you actually have the Sonic Ray, or just Sonic Ray, playing up on Luigi representing Rider University. So here we go.
Yeah.
Luigi against Fox. This is actually a lot more competent of a matchup for Fox in comparison to what we saw before.
I'm a little confused.
What?
Is he the Sonic Ray or is he the Luigi Ray?
Yeah, right. What is it with a lot of Sonic players that play, you know, just completely different characters? Also, that is some hard lag. That is a lot of lag. Yeah, so, yes. there's a Sonic player called... Well, yeah, there's a Sonic player called Sonics, so that score 1 for them. But there's also a Youngling player called Accelerate. So, you know, like accelerating like Sonic, but he plays Youngling. So it's a lot, right? But it's whatever. It's just a stereotype as we are heading right into our game. As we are already at last hit in our first stock, and also there's a lot of lag. There is way too much lag.
Yeah, I have to wonder if it's looking like this for the players. They don't seem to be too affected, but it's definitely a little bit rough for us to look at here, trying to let you guys know what's going on.
Yeah, this isn't our connection either. I can confirm. I see all the stats. No frames going out. No buffering on our side. This is good old Wi-Fi, as we are prepping for a patch in just a little bit too. But what? Sonic Ray, what are you doing? What? He grabbed him at 0. Do you know what happens when you grab someone at 0 as Luigi? You die. You die. But he forward through. What is he doing? Oh no, Sonic! He's going for safety. No! This ain't right. This ain't right. What am I watching? What? I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows.
No fear. Oh my goodness.
No, I just don't think he knows. I don't think he knows the 0 death combo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Love that from Azumi. Drag down fair right into jab block, but Sonic Ray, he just side me twice. What am I? This game is shambles. This game is pure shambles. We got lag. We got Luigi using side B consistently. But hey, Sonic Ray, he's still got some good fundamentals. Good spot dodge at least. Trying to catch up once again. Got the throw. A little bit of a cheeky up throw. Trying to find the pizza. Trying to find the F smash. But Azumi still zooming on in through the air. Trying to catch him up with an up air or even just a little bit of a cheeky nair. Oh, the down B attempt from Sonic Ray is going to be exposed into a run up smash. The specialty of Fox. And, well, now, St. Peter's. They do have a little bit of a lead.
They do indeed, and I mean, I would say more than just a little bit. They've just been in front all day long. There's a nice little finisher, but will it be enough for Sonic Ray to get the first set win against St. Peter's of the entire EGF season? That's just a crazy thing to think about. Not even a set win. They haven't even had a game win against them. St. Peter's has just absolutely been shutting out everyone. They're continuing to do it today against Rider.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Azumi landing on in. Sonic Ray still maintaining distance. Okay, yeah, no, Azumi has Sonic Ray up in the air. Oh, okay. The air dodge right behind him. A little bit of a mix-up. But even then, Azumi trying to catch up. That was an early air dodge that Azumi called out. The side B mix-up. trying to land in with a down B. And Azumi's going to finish it off with an F smash. That's going to be yet another point on the board for St. Peter's. And these players have to figure out this lag situation.
Yeah. I mean, it did look better later on in the set. You know, that first stock.
It still looked pretty bad. There were a couple of buffers.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But it's what you got to deal with. Both players got to deal with it in the online setting.
Right.
It's part of the game. That is the reality
Happens.
here. Thank you, COVID-19.
Thank you.
So,
Hey, I don't think we can even thank quarantine for that. I think it's always been Nintendo Wi-Fi. We've dealt with this. We've been in EGFC. Yeah, we've been in EGFC for a while, right, Cool J? We've been here for a while. We know what it's like to look through some bad lobbies, and this has been happening way before quarantine. It's been happening since day one of Smash. But hey, we move on, right? That's just a couple of Johns. I think the captains are gonna look over things and really talk about how they can really figure out the lag. Otherwise, I actually have a little bit of an update for you guys. There is a player swap happening at the moment. So the reason why we had Ryder not use 920 in that last matchup is because 920 actually had to go. He has another obligation, he has another commitment, and he just couldn't play up the rest of the set or the rest of the crew battle. So they ended up replacing TLA, and that kind of puts a wrench into things for Ryder. So I don't know who they're getting for a replacement. I don't know just yet.
Who is gonna be their number 5?
They're using their coach, actually. I think they're using AXJ Dog. Oh no! That he already played. So AXJ Dog already played. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out the 5th.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on. So we'll figure that out. But this set, it's in terms of lag. But hey, we'll go there. We'll get there.
Yeah, hopefully it's looking much better in game 2. As for the matchup, do you think we'll see him run it back? Do you think either of them are going to switch it up?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking the run back purely because Fox is a lot lighter of a character, and Luigi does. Okay. He's going for side Bs, like multiple in neutral, right? Yeah. Long range. I'm not saying like a little bit of a cheeky like out of shield option just to catch off your opponent. Like he's doing it twice. So yeah. So I don't really know what the specialties for Sonic Ray are. I like the name. Potentially does have a Sonic. Sonic would be all right in this matchup. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But it's Luigi play that hasn't exactly been like that I haven't seen in a while. Where especially the moment that caught me off about this whole game was the second stock. The forward throw. Throw at 0. You're playing Luigi. I think the first rule of being a Luigi main in this game is knowing how to do the 0 death down throw combo because of how confident it can be, especially at that lower percent. So definitely. You have that opportunity and you throw him away. And most of his throw options were pretty weird too. You saw him, I think at some point up throw. You don't really see up throw, especially at around 70-80% with Luigi, mainly because he doesn't have too many great anti-air options, and Fox can actually land pretty confidently, especially because of his speed. But I think going forward, we're just gonna have to see what is just a repeat of our last matchup. See if we can get something a little bit more confident. We do have our first bans coming in from St. Peter's. They ban out Town and City and Battlefield, so they ban out Triplats. And we are going to be going to Final Destination FD. That makes sense. Fox really does like triplats. I'll say that much. So this isn't exactly a bad option. But Luigi likes platforms too. I'm not. That's another weird one too. He likes. I think just stages like Smashville kinda. I'm not gonna say that. He does like Kalos. He does like PS2. But they're going to go FD for this one, which is also a pretty confident pick. So at this point, let's see what Sonic Ray can pull off. I still have hope. Cool J.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Because I will say, as good as Azumi looked, Sonic Ray was able to keep it to a one-stock game. He was able to stay pretty even throughout that match.
Mm-hmm.
So You know, maybe they see something they like about the FD. Maybe they see something they like about this matchup.
Yeah, who knows, right? It all comes down to your own personal confidence. And I think at this point we could see a little bit of a little something from Sonic Ray. But in we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 on the board. Sonic Ray. He is getting lapped up at the moment by Azumi, starting things off once again with a little bit of a down tilt, but no follow-up. Again, Sonic, it's so funny to me. Yet another side B, and he actually goes for a little bit of a grab. Oh, coast to coast, the cannon gets fired. The human missile, Cool J.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to make the plays happen.
Hey, Cool J, how many times are we gonna say it? If it works, it works. But hey, Sonic Ray does.
That one worked.
Sonic Ray gets caught off. He has been air dodging a little bit too late, also using up double jump too early on his recoveries down, on his landings down. So to that extent, it's just Fox's bread and butter. You run up, you up smash, you profit.
Yeah, I mean, I think you forgot the question mark stage in there, but yeah, you definitely find some profit on this Fox. And, oh my goodness.
Is he trying to low? I think he was trying to low profile laser. That was funny for a second there, but hey, good stuff actually. Good option from Sonic, right? Trying to get the Fox off stage, but didn't exactly follow up. Luigi himself doesn't have too many offstage options. The best that he can really pull off is just back air and fair. Just throwing them out. They're not too big or anything of the sort. But in goes Azumi once again. A little bit more lag for us. As Sonic Ray going in again. The Luigi missile. The green rocket. Back at it. Azumi has him. Down smashed him once again. Sonic Ray trying to make his way up. I think Azumi's dead. That was a suicide from Azumi, but
be dead. What?
Sure, Azumi went way too low to try to punish that. But yeah, okay. I guess we take those if you're Azumi. You still ended up taking down the stock.
Yeah, definitely. And I really feel like St. Peter's, they're not going to worry too much about losing 1 or 2 stocks here because they know they aren't going to give you any. You know, a win is a win. St. Peter's has just been playing absolutely bonkers top to bottom. Azumi is keeping it up here. Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
Just barely doesn't get the kill there, but
that's
there it is. That's going to finish it up. A 2-stock win and a 2-0 win in the best of 3 between these two. Oh my goodness.
Easy peasy stuff.
That brings the lead now to 14-0
I think
in favor of St. Peter's.
I think
16. You're right. 16.
Right, because of the extra 2 points for winning the set. So again, huge point lead now for St. Peter's. At this point, mathematically speaking, Ryder could make their way back into this one, but they would need to quadruple 3-stock
for a tie.
For a tie. That's it. They would need to tie. So rough scenario all over, ladies and gentlemen. St. Peter's, they're looking for yet another dominant week. It's no surprise to us. Even if Ryder, they do have a couple of players that have a lot of potential in their hands. They're facing up against one of the best teams, best collegiate crews that we've had in a while. There's a lot of crews around the U.S. that aren't in EGF that I would love to see in the future, just to kind of see what their heads are at. A lot of orgs from New England, some down here in Florida, including just a very, very special shout out for myself. UCF has a great crew, but otherwise, you know, of the teams that we have here in our league, St. Peter's is bar none top 2, if not the best crew in this league. I'm saying it now. Get booted down there. You can clip it. You can meme it.
You can argue with that one.
You can meme it a little bit later in the season whenever St. Peter's gets like wiped or something like that. But I'm saying right here, St. Peter's, they have one of, if not the best crew in this league. And again, week after week, they're just going to keep looking for what is high point scenarios, high point opportunities. And, you know, you can't exactly take anything away from these teams whenever they start losing. Like Rider University, I trust that this team has a lot of potential going forward, you know, especially going into next week where their matchup is going to be a little bit easier. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a little bit of my rant. That's kind of the setup for the rest of this one because we still have 2 more sets to go. The next one is going to be Ramen versus 920. 920 representing Ryder. Ramen representing St. Peter's. We're going to be getting into that set in just a little bit as soon as the players end up getting into the lobby. You guys don't want to tune away by any means. Stay tuned right here to EGF, as we'll be back in just a couple of moments with the penultimate set of this crew battle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. It is game number 4 between St. Peter's and Ryder, and we have one of the weirder matchups that I have watched, and that's saying something. Weirder matchups that I have watched here in EGFC. We've seen a lot of Robin, especially up here with good old Ramen, aka True Waifu. What a name, by the way. And then 920 stepping up with a Lucario, always building up that aura.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. So yeah, we have Ramen on the Robin pick here for St. Peter's, and he's looking to continue the dominance. So far, it's been a little even. I guess Ramen's starting to get some hits in here, really starting to make his presence known. But up to that point, 920 was really in it. You know, it could just take a couple hits here. He is starting to get some fight back in this. Can he find a little bit more damage? He's just struggling to find the openings right now. That was a good one right there, but just both these guys kind of spacing it out, playing it slow, looking for their opportunities, and there's one. 920 takes the first stop.
Yes, sir. Good stuff from 920. Get a follow-up too. Stuff on the charge shot, just trying to break on away. And at this point, lots of good projectile usage just coming in from Ramen. Arc fires galore. Good empty. I like that. Good empty pressure from 920. Essentially empty hopping again and again around that shield of Ramen. But that's the thing with Robin. If there's ever been a character that you kind of look at and you're just like, this character is kind of all right. You know, they can't hit that hard, can they? Robin hits like a goddamn truck. Yep. Of all the characters that I claim hits like a truck, Robin is the one that'll whack you from 0 to 60.
Doing it though.
From 0 to 60 within seconds. And well, at this point, Ramen does have 920 up to 72%. Huge. just a couple of aerials here and there using that elven sword. Nothing too crazy. 920 is getting knocked up. Trying to approach up. Get another fair. Kind of as a get off me move essentially. Oh, good tech roll, because if he didn't, that would have been it. 920 had him stumbling. And in we go again. It's yet another close to last hit scenario. And ooh! The snipe on the arc fire. 920, good angle. Gonna be able to latch right back onto ledge. And whoa! 920's got him. 920's got him. Good pressure. But even then, it's going to be Ramen with the kill. 920, he just has to capitalize on this pressure that he's actually booting on here, Cool J.
Yeah. I mean, he's got him so close to range, and he's really forcing Ramen to play so respectfully, so scared. But I can't really call it scared. Ramen is just playing very patient. He's finding the openings. I want to see 920 try and take advantage, because it just seems like he's not seeing his opportunities. And right now, Ramen sees his opportunity.
Oh.
Okay, 920 gonna flip that one back on him, but still, he's very high damage, and there it is. That's it. Over.
There it is.
Stop.
Nick is yeah, Nick is online. My man Nick. We're back. Chilling. It's your boy Upmind right here with Cool J. This set is officially over. St. Peter's, they end up snagging themselves one more extra point, which actually puts them mathematically above Ryder by 17 points, which means
even if they quad 3 stock,
gonna
lose.
Over. So congrats to St. Peter's. They're gonna be officially winning another week, as if we already didn't know that, just from the games in general, just from all the first 3 games.
See their shutout continue. I want to see how
they
long they can take this.
They could definitely do so, and I'm pretty excited to see what this team kind of has to pull for us at this point, because honestly, I didn't watch Ryder. You know, we were streaming last week. That's the thing. So Ryder was on the second stream last week. We didn't get an opportunity to view them out. There are actually a couple of teams that we just simply haven't watched yet that have been on the second stream multiple times. We're talking like Mississippi State University, University of Colorado, UConn from my region too. Shout outs to UConn, William and Mary, Wichita. So there are a couple of teams where, you know, we haven't had the privilege to spectate yet. So I came into this full, just transparent, you know, clean slate. Let's see what this team actually has to pull for us. And well, at this point, Cool J, I've been kind of impressed with some of the players on this Ryder team. Yeah. But like I mentioned, St. Peter's, they have the better overall crew in this league thus far. But I like to see the fight.
I really think the way you put it earlier, you know, St. Peter's, they have the best crew in the EGF right now. I think that the EGF season right now is St. Peter's to lose. They are in the driver's seat. I'm looking to everyone else to try and challenge them, because they've just looked unstoppable. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. They've looked unstoppable. Right. Incredible.
Yeah, and I think at this point, I don't really think that streak is going to be stopping. That last game was pretty clear cut for Ramen, aka True Raifu, on your screens. 920 again representing Ryder University on your left, Ramen on your right representing St. Peter's. And again, this matchup here, I can't give a linear opinion. I can't be like, oh, this character is better than this one. This matchup is gonna go this way. Like, Lucario has been it's been a dying form, you know, a dying medium. I think day one of Smash, people were just like, oh my god, Lucario could actually be so cracked in this game. And then week 2 comes in when everyone realizes just like, yeah, this character's dog. You just don't know it. But hey, still, there is a lot of space for almost every character in this game to have its own niche, you know? And I think 920 has sort of figured it out, just being pure rushdown, still pressuring out little by little, just trying to stack up more damage, you know, especially with Robin, with the way that Ramen is playing Robin. It's a little bit more projectile heavy, a little bit more wall heavy, where you kind of create this little space between you and your opponent, sort of a fake wall in a sense, where you just have your side of the stage and you're trying to maintain your opponent to the other side. But with Lucario being as projectile based, or no, I'm sorry, as rushdown based, it starts to become a little bit rough for Robin, where now 920 just needs to keep booting on the jets. That Elven Sword actually deflecting 920 away from ledge. Man. As in we go. We are almost perfectly within the same percent of one another. 920 Ramen just trying to fight up for this last hit. And the Thunder gonna hit up. It was just a little bit of a snipe. And now 920.
This first stock here.
Exactly. 920 looking for this last hit.
Yeah, I mean, just so close. He just really needs one good shot at him, but every single hit that Ramen gets, almost SDs. Oh no, he's gonna get punished hard for that by Ramen.
Jeez.
Jeez. I'm sorry, 920. Were you trying to land?
I'm sorry.
My server?
In my game? In
respect on this boy for trying to get back to platform. I can't believe it.
In my arena? Come on.
I can't believe it.
And not only that, but Ramen's actually going for a little bit of sauce. He was going for the Arc Fire ladder and just literally not letting 920 make his way back. Imagine now St. Peter's can take up even more points out of this matchup. Oh my god. In goes the up B. Does take away 920 just a little bit. Oh! That Arc Thunder fully charged up. Takes forever, but Was that an up smash? He was trying to charge up smash. That was going to miss every time, but 920 didn't know what he was charging up. And in he goes. Oh my god, he's zooming. And then Ramen finally stacking up with an up air, trying to find that hit with the Elven Sword.
Oh,
a 3-stock
no.
for Ramen and St. Peter's University. This one, I mean, it ended as fast as our break was. Like,
Wow.
That one was just easy going for Ramen. That's just another one of those games.
St. Peter's.
St. Peter's is nuts.
We've been saying it all day long. Not many other ways to say it. They are the best.
Yeah.
The best.
They continue to show it. They are currently undefeated entirely. Not a singular player has dropped a singular game. So, can that continue? We have one more game coming up. It is going to be Jazzy G facing up against Yoshi Man in our last game of the set.
Yoshi Man's gonna play.
I wonder. Yoshi Man. I wonder what he could play. We're just gonna have to figure that out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going into hopefully a very quick break as we just try to figure out this last game for you guys. I think the crew battles are going to end for the night after this one too, purely because the patch is coming out tonight. Minecraft Steve, why not? We'll be right back in just a little bit. Ladies and gents, welcome on back. My name's Upmine, joined here by Cool J. We're getting into the last game of our last crew battle of the night. It is St. Peter's versus Rider University. This one has been a speed run thus far.
Yeah, it really has. It's been looking like St. Peter's game last week as well. Jazzy G, of course, back on this Palutena pick. Yoshi, man, big surprise on the Yoshi here. And it is already a bad day for him. Jazzy just punishing out here so far.
Oh, okay. I like
Nice
that
little
idea, though.
comment on not sure what that was.
A little bit weird, a little bit of a stall. Who knows? Fully calculated. But in we go. Uh-oh, Yoshi, man, getting back here, trying to make their way back in. Oh, whoa, that lingering up smash coming in from Jazzy G. And then now we see a little bit of a showcase of some good old, some teleport tech. But there you go, that little dinosaur does pack a little bit of a punch. And the up smash is going to take away that first stock from Jazzy G. We're already tied up 0-0. Now I'm going to pull out the tired stereotype that every caster calls out. We're back to Smash 4.
Hey, are we back to Smash 4?
I think we're back to Smash 4.
It's back to Smash 4.
Oh, no. But in we go now. That was actually a very interesting interaction. You had both players essentially just wailing up a couple of nairs. And what is this? I don't even know what it's properly called, but the egg roll, the spring egg roll coming in from Yoshi, man. I like that too. Using up the invincibility off the double jump to escape from there. Oh no, but in we go again. Jazzy G, great stuff. They've been rocking it thus far. And Jazzy G once again nails in another up smash to finish off the stock. And now, oh, Yoshi, man, just struggling to get into it. As now Jazzy G, he's just playing up with all of the, or I'm sorry, they've been playing up with all of these platforms.
Yeah, Jazzy G just showing incredible stuff. They are all over this matchup and really showing very little weakness aside from kind of getting caught out by that ground pound on the first stock. Well, okay, Yoshi, man, trying to make me eat my words here. Looking to take another one. Even the stock score back up yet again. But I'm not sure if we're going to see it. The shield timing is incredible from Yoshi, man. I will say that.
It's been pretty good thus far, but now Jazzy G, they have an opportunity to kind of take on a little bit more points for St. Peter's going forward. The current score is 22-0, but kind of looking for at least a 2-stock here out of this game, potentially. Yoshi, man, good attempt at least. That down B isn't exactly the safest thing in the world, but it packs quite the punch. But Jazzy G just maintaining speed. Oh, love that. They just, again,
he's at the library. He's reading everything.
Not even just a read, just super confidence. Just stays right there and just like, yeah, you're going to run right into me. Up smash, easy peasy. But in comes Yoshi, man, waving out that tail with a couple of back airs. But Jazzy's still waiting around. Oh, finally going to have an opportunity for a back throw. Waiting up for the approach. Oh, the up smash comes out. But it does get read up a little bit, or at least DI'd away from Yoshi, man.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Back throw.
Okay. Not gonna kill there, but
no.
Oh my goodness. So much damage onto Yoshi, man, here.
Right.
Jazzy G surely gonna find this kill soon. Oh.
Good option.
Okay.
No, I am liking this play from Yoshi, man, thus far. Just kind of playing out with Yoshi's mechanics thus far, and I mean, he's used up that invincibility off the off double jump multiple times already. And Yoshi's a very thick dinosaur. I will tell you that much, right? Yoshi is deceptively heavy, but Jazzy G, I don't think Jazzy G cares. I really don't think. I don't really think they care by any means, because in we go once again. Oh, wait a minute. Even more hits coming in, but now you have, you had Yoshi, man, at 177, but that's going to be it. Jazzy G, they're going to take in yet another point for St. Peter's.
Yeah, Jazzy G, incredible stuff from them there. Just couldn't have been much better, really. It really couldn't have.
Could have been a 2-stock.
Yeah.
So it could have been better.
Yeah.
Other than that, just neutral play was really good. So it's not all that bad. Wait.
I mean, I feel like
crud.
what?
Wait. When is Steve coming out? Like the time? Oh my god. Oh no.
Did we run out of time?
I don't know. Let's check. Steve update. I just started to think about that because it could happen at any point now, I think.
I literally just typed in Steve update when 9 Eastern. We good.
9 Eastern. Oh, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we good.
No. But here's the thing. They go down before for maintenance.
Oh.
So the update might be up at 9, but could be
Smash
a totally different story. Oh boy. I feel like someone in chat. Oh, okay. It is 9 EST. I think the update goes up at 9 EST. I don't know if that's either the maintenance or the actual thing itself. This is what we're discussing at the moment, folks. That game 1 was pretty decisive. Of course, we do have a game 2 coming up between the two players in just a little bit, but man, I'm seriously just trying to decipher if we are gonna have time taken away from us.
I feel like we should be fine.
We should be fine. We're getting into game 2, luckily enough.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. And Jazzy G is going to be hoping to put all of those rumors to rest. They're going to want to finish this series out with a quick 2-0 here. Yoshi Man, though, hoping to stretch it out, hoping that this series gets crashed by Minecraft Steve. So here we go. We're into it already. Some early damage from Yoshi Man. But going back and forth, Yoshi Man looking a little bit more confident this time around.
Gotcha, but in goes Jazzy again. Jazzy at this point, they're just trying to maintain a little bit more space over towards ledge, but even then, Yoshi Man is not letting them breathe by any means. In comes Jazzy back again, waving out a couple of nairs. Just trying to tack on a little bit of extra damage. Interesting. Very interesting, going for the neutral B, but in comes... Oh, that landing option is a little bit rough. Fair for Yoshi. It is a very, very strong move, but it comes out a little bit too late. So you really, really have to line it up. I think your best option as Yoshi, just trying to land on, is probably going to be either down air or nair. But hey, we just keep moving forward as Jazzy G has actually taken a little bit of a lead here, Cool J.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Oh, that one is just gone, though.
Yep. I don't know what I was about to say there, but I don't really care because Yoshi Man makes a good play to get that first stock. Now, Jazzy G on the back foot. Can they make the comeback here? I mean, they are really close to taking this first stock off Yoshi Man. Yoshi Man just going to try and get as much damage as possible, I think, expecting almost to lose that stock sooner or later. And that... No, that's not gonna be it.
Oh, so super, super close. Again, from Yoshi Man, but in comes Jazzy. Okay, a little bit of a wave land. It might have been a little bit unintentional, but hey, it happens. Jazzy on the way back, though. F tilts. Oh, even a dash attack, keeping him up. I don't think he has the double jump anymore, but now he does as he lands on back. But even more damage from Jazzy G. Yoshi Man trying to make his way back, too. This is, again, Jazzy's taking so much damage just from a little bit of neutral control here, Cool J.
Yeah. Yeah, so much damage.
Jeez.
Taking back the lead here. One stock left to go, and Jazzy G is expecting to just finish this set up with ease. They've looked absolutely incredible today. Oh boy.
But in we go.
Okay, and what is it when we're even on one stock?
This is just no. Okay. Shield break. It happens a lot with down B, so it is expected that it'll happen at some point, but that's a lot more damage. I think that's our first shield break of the day, surprisingly. We've seen a couple of characters that could...
Shield break of the season. I don't remember seeing one last week either.
Yeah, you're right. That's kind of surprising. But here we go once again. Oh, that down B. It grinds out your shield like an absolute truck. But in we go again, or like an absolute meat grinder, actually. Better off saying. But in comes... Jazzy G. They're trying to make their way back. Good teleport back towards stage. Still Yoshi Man with a lot of pressure. just trying to cover up as many options as possible. That time he was trying to cover in the roll read. But even then, couple of up airs here and there for Jazzy. Yoshi Man did not have any more jumps there, but even then, Jazzy could not connect on that last up air. But again, just pressing out with Nair. No way does Jazzy take this. No way. No way.
Oh my goodness.
That is highway robbery. Jazzy G is going to stamp out a W for St. Peter's as, oh man, Jazzy G pulling a huge comeback at the very end. They've got to be proud of themselves.
26-0.
26-0. That is nuts.
Slightly worse day today. Scored 2 less points.
Which is crazy that you could say that, right? Because they still went perfect. They won 28-0 last week, right?
Oh my goodness. Yes, they did. Oh my goodness. So Ryder,
not the best of weeks. Hey, Ryder, you just chin up. That's all I gotta say. Like there's
St. Peter's are basically a reverse bye week.
like St. Peter's. I mean, you have to put it into perspective. St. Peter's has not dropped a single game in 2 weeks. Not one player has taken a single point from St. Peter's, and that's the type of power that this team has. St. Peter's, I salute y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming out once again. Ryder, same thing to you guys. Ryder coming in from last week. They still tacked on a couple of points against yet another really good team in Marist, and it just seems as if, again, the power of the schedule early on, not exactly favoring them, but hey, they still have a chance coming in next week. I don't really know what the matchups are going to be next week. We are going to see the schedule midway through, but that is the end of our broadcast. Wave it off. End score 26-0 for St. Peter's. Ladies and gentlemen, for EGF, if you guys want to follow them on Twitter, at official EGF. If you guys want to follow either me or Cool J on Twitter, you can follow me at @upmind_. You can follow Cool J at CoolJ_TV. And otherwise, we are done for the night. I think tomorrow we have another esport coming up on our list. It's going to be none other than Rocket League. You guys don't want to miss it. It'll start up at 4:30 EST. Otherwise, boys, we are out of here. Enjoy Minecraft Steve tonight. Try to grind it out. Hopefully, we get to see that character next week. I will see you guys next Monday for FIFA. And otherwise, we are out of here.